done, lads. You wrote...
Hello cycling fans everywhere. The road leading to Nîmes should be relatively easy on the peloton. The race should only come alive in the final phase, when the sprinters teams go to work to set up a mass sprint finish. The peloton has caught up. There's no more escapees. The front runners will soon be on to the first ascension of the day, a third category climb offering 2 points and 1 point towards the polka dot jersey. The time gap between the peloton and the breakaway is decreasing. The breakaway is widening the gap, but there's nobody who's a threat to the overall standings. The time gap with the head of the race is stable.
The gap is increasing. We don't need to ride for now. There's nobody dangerous for us in the breakaway.
Time difference between the peloton and the breakaway is steady. The first 15 in the intermediate sprint score points for the green jersey. The first will pocket 20 extra points. The breakaway is losing ground.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
It's a third category climb that now waits the riders. 2 points will be awarded to the first rider to the top.
Watch out! You're not going to be able to attack for much longer. The first riders are 2 kilometers from the climb. The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily.
The breakaway is losing ground.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. The breakaways 20 kilometres from the curtain to this stage. Given their lead, there's very little hope of seeing one of them raise his arms today. For the breakaway, there are 10 kilometres left to be raced. Will they make it all the way? Only 5 kilometres left for the lead riders.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here's the winner of the Saint-Paul-Trois Châteaux Nîmes stage, Greg van Avermaet. Congratulations to him. He managed. We can say that everything is going well for him at the moment. He's in sparkling form. We can say he will climb on.
Well done, guys. We're where we should be. We were aiming for a top 10 spot.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. If the presence of the Pic de Nord at the end of the stage should remove any chance of victory from the pure sprinters, it doesn't mean that this stage could not play an important role in the race for the green jersey. Any sprinters who are able to climb could try to join the early breakaway and use it to rake in a maximum of points.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The gap is decreasing. The peloton has not given up. One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings.
The first rider to the top of the next climb will pocket 1 point for the climber's jersey.
The gap is widening. No need to panic, guys. There's nobody dangerous for the overall standings.
The men at the front are 10 kilometers from the first intermediate sprint. It will be fought at in Mazamet, birthplace of the renowned French champion Laurent Jalabert.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The riders are beginning the ascent of the Pic de Nord, the real strategic point of the stage. Even though its summit lies more than 40 kilometers from the finish, it offers the final opportunity of the day to gain the upper hand and eliminate anyone who can sprint. Afterwards, it's basically downhill all the way to the finish in Carcassonne.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. Watch out for counter moves.
The next summit is ranked first category. The first scores 10 points towards the best climber classification.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group.
The breakaway is managing to hold off the peloton. The gap seems to have stabilized. Only 10 kilometers left for the group at the front.
The breakaway will, no doubt, go all the way, lads. But watch out for attacks in the closing kilometers.
The race leaders have entered the last 10 kilometres. The slower sprinters will surely try to surprise their companions by attacking from far out. He's moving on to the attack. Five kilometres from the finish. He's turning the screw.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Allez les gars, continuez comme ça.
Allez les gars, less than 2 kilometres from the finish. The red pennant is in sight for the front of the race. He's trying to get out of the peloton. Watch out.
Watch out! You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
He is all smiles as we can say that he's in. He tops the. He's in.
This result is clearly not up to my expectations. It isn't catastrophic, but when you've got
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. There should be plenty of breakaway specialists ready to try their hand today. Given the irregular terrain, the sprinters probably won't bring their teammates into play. And on the eve of a mountain stage in the Pyrenees, the favourites will no doubt prefer to save their strength.
The breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go. Breakaway riders are increasing the gap. They are not dangerous for the overall standings. We can let them go.
The first King of the Mountains summit is classified as a Category 3. There will be 2 points and 1 point to be scored at the top.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them. The rider who wins the intermediate sprint will score 20 points. The second will pocket 17 points, while the third will pick up 15.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. You'll soon have no more energy for an attack.
The riders are at the second King of the Mountains climb of the day, the Col de Montségur. There will be 5, 3, 2 and 1 point to be pocketed for the polka dot jersey classification. The breakaway is losing its lead. It's going to be difficult for them.
The breakaway is upping the tempo at the head of the race. It doesn't intend to be caught up that easily. The riders up front still have something left. They're upping the pace to try to hold out till the end. The breakaway is unlikely to go all the way, guys. What? The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the peloton. And so the lead group is at the foot of the Col de Saint-Louis, a relatively short climb, but whose gradient in the first half averages out at over 8%. A good opportunity to edge clear. There will be time bonuses for the general classification of the summit to the Col de Saint-Louis. 8, 5 and 3 seconds. Last time checked with a breakaway, 1 minute.
You've got to ride, guys, if you want a chance of a sprint victory.
"30 seconds lead for the head of the race.
King of the Mountain sprint in 2 kilometers for the breakaway group. A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
The lead rider is only 1 kilometer from the summit. His pursuers are right behind.
Your opponents are upping the pace to hold off the peloton. They're riding hard behind. This isn't the moment to relax. You were first over the top of the climb. That's good. Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy for an attack. You're over-revving. Reduce the tempo or you'll pay the price.
We'll have to keep something in reserve if we want to get away in the final kilometers.
His teammates are riding to protect the jersey.
10 kilometres from the finish. It's still tight. The man at the front must not fade. Only 5 kilometres left for the head of the race. Counter-attack at the front of the peloton. Go on. He will finish alone and will soon be able to raise his arms. Watch out, he's going on the attack. He's trying to get out of the peloton, watch out. Attack at the head of the peloton. It isn't the moment to stare at each other.
He's asked his teammates to chase you down because you're dangerous for the overall standing. You're going to have to try and hold out. Breakaway is under the red pennant. He's going to win. He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
He succeeded in avoiding. He's amongst the lead. He will climb onto the. He tops the standing. We can say that.
The podium is good, but I was expecting more from you. We should have won. We retain the green jersey. At least that's something.
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. The succession of climbs and descents will continue without let-up today. Bodies will be sorely tested, and you'll have to keep a clear head on the final descent to come out on top.
Guys, the road starts climbing from the off, so don't hang around at the back of the peloton.
We're at the first classified climb of the stage. There will be 2 points and 1 point to be scored at the top.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. The breakaway can't widen the gap. Here's a quick reminder on the point system. The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey. The first scores 20 points.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
The first rider to the top will score 10 more points towards the climber standings.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. Guys, after the mountains classification gantry, you must not sit up. The road continues to rise for about 7 more kilometers.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. The riders are now in the final kilometers of the Col de Puymorens. 5 more to go and they'll be sprinting for the King of the Mountains points.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The first riders are at the summit of Puymorens. After a short descent of a few kilometers, they'll start climbing the Port d'Envalira.
Okay, we'll consume a feed.
¡Arriba, chavales!
¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Muy bueno, sí! ¡Venga, venga, un poco más! ¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Vamos, campeones!
¡Sí, sois los mejores!
¡Venga, apretad un poco más!
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
Allez les gars, courage!
¡Un poco más, venga!
¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Sí, señor! ¡Vamos, campeones!
¡Vamos, chicos, ánimo!
¡Vamos, chicos!
Muy bueno, sí, señor, sois muy buenos.
Allez les gars,
¡Sí, señor!
¡Vamos, chicos!
¡Venga, apretad un poco más!
Allez, courage les gars.
Allez les gars, courage!
¡Arriba, chavales!
allez les gars.
¡Sí, señor, sois muy buenos!
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. Being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Ánimo, ánimo!
He's got his team riding to set up a sprint finish. This is not the time to hang around at the back of the peloton. His team is riding for the overall standing. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. Understood. We'll stick to the wheels in front, whatever happens.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez, fonce, 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 fonce. Vamos chicos.
Courage, on continue.
Allez, allez, allez les gars, courage. Vamos chicos, ánimo.
¡Arriba, chavales!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
¡Venga, chavales!
Et voilà. Allez les gars. Allez, allez, chicos, ánimo.
¡Ánimo, ánimo! ¡Dadle ahí!
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Les voilà. Allez les gars. Les voilà.
Muy bien, muy bien.
Vamos chicos, ánimo. Allez les gars, courage.
Here we go. The man at the front starts on the final ascent of this stage. The 7.4 kilometers of the Col de Bexalis on an average slope of 7.5%.
Allez les gars. Allez les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars.
¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Chavales! ¡Eso es, chavales!
Sí se hace. Super, keep going. Ánimo, vamos ahí.
¡Así se hace!
You'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try.
¡Ahí, ya es tuyo! ¡Sí, señor!
This climb is doubly important because, other than the mountains classification, there are time bonuses up for grabs. 8, 5 and 2 seconds for the general classification.
Muy buenos, sí señor, sois muy buenos.
¡Un poco más, venga! ¡Vamos, chicos!
Muy buenos, sí señor, son muy buenos.
Come on, guys! Go, go, go!
Rápido, venga.
You seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
Vamos, chicos, ánimo. Sí, sois los mejores.
¡Dadle ahí!
Guys, the finish isn't judged at the top, but you've got to ride as if it is. Because after the summit, it's just downhill for 14 kilometers. Even if it's a tricky descent, it will be possible to hold out against being caught from behind. Go!
The man at the front now has the steepest percentages of this mountain pass behind him. Will he get to the finishing line on his own?
Chasing after you. You must hold out. Go! Go!
The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Allez les gars, courage! Continuez comme ça!
Allez les gars, courage. Venga, chavales.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey. At just under 1 kilometre from the summit, one man looks well set to go over the top alone. If he manages it, he'll pick up the time bonuses, and he should go on to cross the finishing line as winner. The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. It is a lone rider who begins the descent towards the finish. He looks set for victory.
He'll be the new polka dot jersey. He can no longer be caught today.
The breakaway increased its lead on the yellow jersey group.
He'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try. The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
Only 5 kilometres before the finishing line.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. Try to manage things so that you don't blow up before the line.
Victory will be decided in the sprint, unless someone manages to surprise his companions by attacking from far out.
Go on, keep it clear ahead. You're going to win. You're the strongest. jersey. You're ahead of the group with the favorites by 30 seconds.
Ladies and gentlemen, applaud him loudly. He will climb onto the podium. We can say that he's amongst them. He will climb onto the podium.
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually nil. This is an outstanding performance. You beat all the favorites.
Hello and welcome to all. Today's stage is promised to the baroudeurs. Too difficult for pure sprinters, not selective enough for the favourites. It would be surprising to see the teams lay down a heavy tempo behind the early breakaway. So we should see a fair share of riders aiming to take the lead. But as usual, taking the right opportunity won't be as simple as it seems.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The breakaway can't widen the gap. 1.5 minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The first difficulty is underway for the riders. It's the Col de Port, with a climb of more than 15 kilometers.
You must constantly try to shelter from the wind, so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
This first pass is classified as first category for the mountains classification. Riders can therefore score 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 point at the top. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
Okay, I'll follow on the attack.
The front of the race is approaching the intermediate sprint. It will be fought out at the foot of the day's second difficulty, the Col de la Corde. The riders are now making their way up the Col de la Corde, another first category climb. It will allow the first to the summit to score 10 points. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The breakaway increased its lead on the yellow jersey group.
The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton. I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race. teammates are riding hard. He must find the situation dangerous with so many riders who've broken away.
¡Vamos, chicos!
Vamos, chicos. Dale ahí, que ya lo tenéis. Vamos, vamos. Venga, apretad un poco.
The front of the race is beginning the final classified climb of the stage, the Col de Porte d'Aspet. From the top, there will be a little over 30 kilometers to the line. It's hard to envisage a decisive attack that would allow for a solo finish. One and a half minutes lead to the head of the race over the favourites. The head of the race has 1.5 minutes lead on the yellow jersey. This final mountain pass of the day carries a second category label. So the first 4 riders over the top will score points towards the mountains classification.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
The lead rider has 1 minute 30 on the favourites.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Okay, I'll follow on the attack.
Allez, le
Allez, les gars, allez!
Continuez. Continuez comme ça.
Venga, chavales.
Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Continue.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
Allez les gars, courage! Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars! Lâchez rien! Allez!
Venga, apretad un poco más. Venga, apretad un poco más.
¡Vamos, campeones!
Bueno, sí, señor. Así, sois los mejores. Vamos, campeones. Un poco más, venga.
Venga, apretad un poco.
Vamos, campeones. Venga, apretad.
Continue! Lâchez!
Less than 20 kilometers left for the group at the front.
Allez les gars! Allez les gars! Lâchez! Vamos, chicos! ¡Vamos, chicos, ánimo!
The riders up front have a 1-minute lead on the favourites group. The yellow jersey group is 1 minute from the head of the race. There's 15 kilometres to go. There are no more classified climbs, but there's a small hill that could spice up the finish. Sitting less than 10 kilometres from the line and 1 kilometre long is the last chance to avoid a sprint.
Allez les gars! Courage! Allez les gars!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
Continuez comme ça! Bravo les gars! Allez les gars! Lâchez rien, allez! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, courage.
Allez, c'est muy bueno!
Less than 10 kilometres now. The lead group is onto the short climb in this final stretch. It's the last chance for a decisive attack and a solo finish.
The time gap with the head of the race isn't changing, lads.
The gap is 1 minute between the favourites and the guy in the front.
He'll get his team to ride behind you, but it's worth a try. Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
You're on your way to the top spot of the white jersey standings. It's great. Keep going, kid. We are the virtual leaders of the white jersey standings. Good. Keep it up.
Only 5 kilometres left for the head of the race.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders.
red pennant is in sight at the front of the race.
The breakaway is 1 kilometre from the finishing line.
He is all smiles as he climbs onto the podium. Applaud him. Here is the winner of the Cadillac Sagonan stage. Mark Hirschi. He's in sparkling form. He will climb onto the podium. He tops the standings and he's in sparkling form. And you...
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually nil. This is an outstanding performance. You beat all the favorites. We retain the green jersey. It'll be a very demanding day for everyone. Several mountain passes and a summit finish await you. This is a key stage for the general classification. You'll have to be there on the final climb if we are to do well. It'll be difficult to keep up the pace of the best. I think that we'd better anticipate the attacks of the leaders and attack from far out. Good luck, guys!
Hello, cycling fans everywhere. Ps4, Val-Louron-Azé, Portet. 3 mountain passes for a combined total of a little over 35 kilometers of climbing in the final portion of the stage. Undoubtedly a key moment for all contenders for final victory.
Guys, the early part of the route resembles a flat stage. There's no obstacles along the way. However, final 60 kilometers are without doubt reserved for the climbers. Good luck.
1 minute for the breakaway. It's looking good. The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. The breakaway can't widen the gap. Two King of the Mountains climbs will add a bit of spice to the first part of the stage. Both carry a 4th category label, and so each will earn 1 point for the first rider over the top. The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. At the front of the race, it's time to pick up something to eat. A chance for the riders to stock up on energy for the rest of the stage. The intermediate sprint is looming for the front of the race. It will be fought out in Bagnères de Luchon, just before the start of the base of the Col de Ps4. And the 100% mountainous final chapter to close the stage.
Okay, if the pace is too fast, I won't insist.
The breakaway is being reeled in. It will be difficult to withstand the return of the yellow jersey.
I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The Ps4 climb is now over for the first riders. The descent will take them to Loudanvielle, from where they'll head to the Col de Val-Louron-Azé. the second mountain pass on today's menu. The riders will now tackle the col de Val Azé, a fairly short but very steep climb where the most adventurous can start attacking. The Val Azé is classified as first category. There will be points towards the polka dot jersey for the first 6 to the top. The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Already there are only 20 kilometers left, but it won't be a piece of cake since the 16-kilometer Col du Porte climb has to be tackled. We're at the foot of the last climb of the day, the Col de Porte. With its 16 kilometers of slope at an average of almost 9%, it's a very demanding climb that obviously carries a all-category label.
Les voilà! Allez les gars!
Allez les gars, courage!
The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Comme ça les gars, on est avec vous! Bravo les gars!
Apart from the stage victory, today's winner will also benefit nicely in the mountains classification because he'll pick up no less than 40 more points. The points being doubled for this summit finish.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
chavales!
¡Ánimo, ánimo!
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration. Okay, I'll consume a feed.
10 kilometers to go for the lead group.
Hang on! Keep pushing!
Okay, but I won't be very effective because I'm full out.
Bravo les gars, c'est bien!
Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
¡Apretad un poco más!
Venga, dadle ahí!
¡Eso es, chavales!
¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Chicos, ánimo! Sí, señor, sois muy buenos.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
¡Casi! ¡Sois los mejores! ¡Venga, apretad un poco más! ¡Muy bien! ¡Sí, sois los mejores! ¡Muy bueno, sí, señor! ¡Eso es, chavales!
Allez les gars, allez, go, go, go! Allez, on y va!
His team is riding for the overall standings. The front of the race will struggle to widen the gap. Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration. The breakaway threatens the overall standings. He's decided to get his guys to... put their foot down.
Another 7 kilometers and the head of the race still has a significant lead.
¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Ánimo, ánimo!
Lâchez rien, allez! Allez les gars!
¡Vamos, chicos, ánimo!
¡Sí, sois los mejores!
Así, sois los
Only 5 kilometres left for the man in front. He looks well set to win today.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leader.
¡Sí, señor! ¡Vamos, campeones!
Venga, apretad un poco más.
¡Venga, apretad un poco más!
Allez, courage, on continue, les gars. Allez, les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez, les gars, courage. Allez, les gars, courage. Vamos, chicos. Continue comme ça, les gars. Venga. Allez, les gars, allez. Allez, les gars.
¡Sí, sois los mejores!
Allez, les gars. Allez, les gars. Bravo, les gars. Continue. Allez, les gars. Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars. Allez les gars, on continue. Allez les gars. Allez les gars, courage.
3 kilometres for the lead rider. He should win it.
Allez les gars, c'est bien. Continue comme ça. Continue comme ça. Mais voilà. Ánimo, ánimo. Allez les gars.
¡Sí, sois los mejores!
Venga, eso es, dale. Allez, on y va, 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 on y va. Sí, señor, vamos, campeón. Plus vite, plus vite. Allez, courage. Allez, les gars, courage. Allez, courage, on continue.
Only 2 kilometres for the lead rider. He's almost won it.
Bravo, les gars. Continuez comme ça. Lâchez rien, les gars. Allez, allez, allez. Vamos, chicos. Continuez comme ça. Come on, guys.
The red pennant for the man at the front. He can start thinking of podium kisses.
On y va, on y va, on y va. Continuez comme ça. Bravo, les gars. Bravo, les gars.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Allez les gars, continuez là.
Allez, les gars. Courage.
This stage is his. He was the strong. He's amongst the leading. We can say that he tops the standing. He's amongst the leading.
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually nil. This is an outstanding performance. You beat...
Hello and welcome to all. With two Pyrenean giants on the menu, the Tourmalet and Luz Ardennes, the pure climbers will have a last chance to distance their ruler opponents before the final time trial of the story.
Guys, you've got an intense day ahead of you. It's a short stage with 2 hors-category mountain passes. Good luck to the non-climbers. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. Okay, I'll follow on the attack.
The breakaway can't widen the gap. Five kilometers before the intermediate sprint. There will be 20 points for whoever is first over the line.
Guys, don't forget to protect our leader. Communication is important. That's why we have TeamCom. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. The tempo is increasing at the head of the race. The breakaway riders will try and manage the time gap.
The Tourmalet is looming on the horizon for the front of the race. Things will soon start to get serious. This year, the Tourmalet will be climbed via its eastern side. The ascension via Sainte-Marie-de-Campan covers a little over 17 kilometres. The beginning is easy, but after 4 kilometres, the slope regularly exceeds 10%. The gap with the yellow jersey is melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish.
The leader of the general classification does not necessarily have to attack. Depending on his lead, he can simply follow attacks and counter at the very end of the stage.
The front of the race is approaching the La Mongie ski resort. They will soon be less than 5 kilometres from the summit. The breakaway increases its lead on the yellow jersey group.
Rich. Speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall. I don't know if it's a bluff, but the breakaway looks to be increasing the pace at the front of the race.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça. Bravo, courage.
Allez les gars, courage!
Venga, chavales.
Continuez comme ça!
Only 10 kilometres left for the group at the front.
Arriba, chavales. Eso es.
And now the race is at the foot of the Luz Ardennes climb, the last major ascent of this Tour de France. The climb to the Luz Ardennes ski resort is long and demanding. Unsurprisingly, it's classified all category. The first 8 riders across the line will therefore score points for the mountains classification. We've just passed the 10-kilometre marker, and it's the breakaway that's opening the road.
¡Vamos, campeones! ¡Así sois los mejores! ¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Un poco más! ¡Venga! ¡Ánimo, ánimo!
Allez les gars, courage!
¡Muy bien! ¡Arriba, chavales!
Okay, we'll put in a big acceleration.
¡Vamos, campeones! ¡Así sois!
¡Ánimo, vamos ahí! ¡Venga, dale!
¡Ánimo, ánimo!
¡Vamos, campeones! ¡Así son los mejores!
¡Venga, venga!
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
¡Vamos, chicos, ánimo! ¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Dadle ahí, que ya lo tenéis, campeones! ¡Así sois los mejores! ¡Venga, apretad un poco!
¡Ánimo, ánimo!
¡Vamos, chicos, muy bien!
Allez, les gros! Continuez comme ça, les gars!
¡Así son los mejores!
¡Vamos, chicos!
¡Y ahí que ya lo tenéis!
¡Allez, les gars, courage! ¡Allez, les gars, courage!
¡Venga, apretad un poco más!
¡Un poco más, venga! ¡Venga, apretad un poco! ¡Vamos, campeones! ¡Ya sois muy buenos! ¡Eso es, chavales!
¡Un poco más, venga! ¡Eso es, chavales! ¡Así son los mejores!
¡Venga, dadle ahí!
Eso es, sois los mejores.
¡Venga, chavales!
¡Arriba, chavales!
Continue comme ça, allez.
¡Ánimo, ánimo!
Continue comme ça.
¡Vamos, chicos!
Allez les gars, courage.
¡Eso es, chavales!
Go, go, go.
¡Chicos, ánimo!
Come on,
5 kilometres for the lead rider. His lead is slim. Anything can still happen.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Continuez comme ça. Allez les gars, courage. C'est bien les gars. Allez, allez. On continue.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Eso es, chavales.
Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
Muy buenos, sí señor, sois muy buenos.
Allez les gars, courage. Allez les gars, c'est bien.
¡Vamos, chicos! ¡Así sois los mejores!
He's being left behind. It's good news for the overall standing.
Venga, apretad un poco más.
Allez les gars, courage. Lâchez rien. Allez les gars. Courage, on continue.
¡Eso es, chavales!
Bravo les gars, c'est bien.
At less than 3 kilometres from the finish, the man in front looks to be heading towards a prestigious victory.
Allez les gars. Allez les gars.
¡Sí, señor!
Watch out! The yellow jersey is trying to get away. We mustn't let him.
Muy buenos, sí señor, sois muy buenos.
The front man will soon be under the red pennant. He should manage a win.
Breakaway is 1 kilometre from the finishing line. Running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
This stage is his. He was the strongest. Here is the winner of the Paul at the end stage. He's in sparkling form. He's in sparkling form. He's amongst the lead. We can say that.
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually nil. This is an outstanding...
Hello and welcome to all. The riders will come up against two major difficulties on this stage. The Ursay-Soudet sequence of Col and then the Col de Marie Blanc. High percentage descents that will excite the pure climbers, but they won't guarantee victory because the finishing line lies 20 kilometers after the last summit.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
One and a half minutes for the breakaway. It might just work. The time gap between the peloton and the escapees is stationary. Here's a quick reminder on the point system. The first 15 to pass the intermediate sprint score points towards the green jersey. The first scores 20 points.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint.
Bravo, les
Venga,
gars.
apretad un poco más. Vamos.
On continue. Allez, les gars, courage.
His teammates are accelerating. They're no doubt readying the intermediate sprint. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The Col de la Haussère has never been crossed on the Tour de France. The riders will now discover this very steep climb. The gap with the yellow jerseys melting away. The escapees will have difficulties going all the way to the finish. There will be 20, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4 and 2 points to be shared out at the summit for the best climber classification.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
And the lead riders are once again on their way uphill. It won't be as far this time, hardly 4 kilometers, but still as steep.
Watch yourselves on the way down from the Col de Sudec, guys. It's going to be very fast and there's plenty of bends. There's no point taking risks so far from the finish. The end of the stage is not far off. Stay awake. It will soon start to move in the peloton.
The next King of the Mountain summit will bring 5 points to the rider who is first over the top.
The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit. The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed.
The head of the race is at the base of the Col de Marie Blanc. It's a climb that gets steeper the higher you go.
Come on, guys. We'll soon be at the foot of the Marie Blanc. The outcome of this stage will, no doubt, be decided in the final 4 kilometers. It's very, very steep, and it's going to hurt. Have a nice climb.
This last summit will earn 10, 8, 6, 4, 2 and 1 points for the first 6 to the top.
Okay, I'll put in a big acceleration.
The advance of the lead group should be enough to carry it to the end.
Venga, dadle ahí.
Okay, I'll consume a feed.
Allez les gars, on continue comme ça.
Venga, apretad un poco más.
Allez les gars, on continue là, plus vite, courage.
Okay, I'll consume a feed. The front of the race is 2 kilometers from the summit.
Sí, sois los mejores. Vamos, aguanta fuerte.
Venga, vamos.
¡Puedes, dale!
Vamos, chicos, ánimo.
A teammate has just been dropped. You can't count on him any longer.
It's the start of the descent of the man in front.
Watch out. You'll soon have no more energy to attack. Reduce speed a bit, otherwise you'll hit the wall.
Venga, apretad un poco.
Allez les gars, courage. Go, go, go.
¡Un poco más, venga! ¡Venga, apretad un poco más!
Vamos, chicos, muy bien.
¡Vamos, campeones! ¡Venga,
Allez les gars,
chavales!
on continue.
¡Sí se hace! ¡Un poco más, venga!
Venga, apretad un poco más.
¡Ánimo, campeón! ¡Arriba, chavales!
Allez, les gars, courage.
¡Vamos, chicos!
Allez, courage les gars.
Allez, les gars, allez, go.
There's only 10 kilometers left for the man at the front. Victory is within his grasp.
Vamos, campeones.
Allez les gars, continuez comme ça.
Continue comme ça. Continue comme ça. Allez, les gars.
Continuez là, plus vite, les gars.
Allez, les gars. Bravo, les gars.
He's got his teammates riding because he's a danger to the overall standings.
Only 5 kilometers before the finishing line.
Only 5 kilometers left for the race leaders. He's putting his foot on the pedal because he's a danger to the overall standings.
It's a solo victory today. Acceleration at the front of the peloton. No falling asleep.
He's attacking. Whatever you do, don't let him build a lead.
Bravo, les gars. Bravo, les gars. Allez, le gros. Continuez comme ça. Allez.
Allez, courage les gars, allez plus vite.
Allez, les gars. Continuez comme ça. Allez.
¡Vamos, chicos!
Continuez comme ça. Así, sois los mejores.
Seem to be running on empty. Lift your foot if you don't want to blow up.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome. We can say that everything. He's in sparkling. We can say that he will climb onto the.
Huge congratulations for this win, guys. Our chances of victory were virtually... Today's result is most unsatisfactory. If things had gone our way, I reckon that... It's the final stage, guys. The main thing to grasp today is that the route is flat and it harbors no particular difficulties. A sprint finish is more than likely.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. The final stage on the Champs-Élysées is always one of the most coveted. In the past, sprinters seeking the prestige of a victory in Paris have sometimes been caught off guard. But it hasn't happened very often. With the specialists who currently dominate the discipline, it's an even more demanding challenge. Riders have just set out and already there's an attack. The riders will follow the Seine, passing in front of the Eiffel Tower, and will cross the Pont Royal before entering the prestigious circuit. The peloton is caught up. There's no more escapees. The first riders are entering the Champs-Élysées circuit. An intermediate sprint will be tested on the second crossing of the line. The riders will have 4 laps to do. First time around the Arc de Triomphe.
The peloton is riding hard. Stay well placed. You must constantly try to shelter from the wind so as not to consume energy. This is what allows a rider to edge clear at the end of the race.
The breakaway is losing ground.
You're dangerous for the overall standings. He won't let you break away like that. Moreover, the route is not really conducive to a breakaway.
They're going to have to ride hard to read in the breakaway. With this lead, they can start to believe it. The race leaders cross the line. They still have 3 laps to go.
Here's the winner of the intermediate sprint. The gap is increasing. We don't need to ride for now. There's nobody dangerous for us in the breakaway.
2 more laps. The end of this tour is not far off.
The gap is decreasing, guys. The peloton should be there for the stage win. Just 5 more kilometers. Get ready to sprint. We must win to secure the green jersey.
Last passage through the tunnel for the peloton. You have to be well placed. Riders who are beyond 30th will have too much to do to catch up and hope to win. Tension is at its maximum. The lead-out riders will soon peel off to open the way for the sprinter. The final sprint of the Tour de France is on.
Go, 1 kilometer. You've got to give everything in the sprint.
He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls to win today. Here is the winner of the Champs-Élysées stage, Pascal Ackermann. He succeeded in avoiding all the pitfalls of the route while mastering his rivals. Here's the grand victor of this Tour de France, Primož Roglič. Today he can finally savor this great victory. We applaud him loudly. He consistent throughout this tour. He managed to score enough points to dominate his rivals. It's time for the best sprinter to receive the green jersey. You may congratulate him. It is richly deserved. Always present at the front, we can say that he's laid his mark upon the race, and that this polka dot jersey is a just reward for all the efforts he's made. Now we will welcome the best climber of this edition, Enric Mas. With this jersey on his shoulders, there's no doubt that we'll see him play a leading role for a few more years. We now welcome the white jersey of this tour.
Well done, guys. It's a nice podium place today. I wasn't expecting such a performance on this stage. Once again, well done.